Oh, come on, don't give me that. 1 second, folks. I know no one's probably watching right now anyway. So it just started. But for anyone watching this on YouTube, you see the blue screen with the smiley faces as I'm busy setting something up I should have done before I jumped into the game. Started broadcasting. Oh, come on, menu. Just waiting for the menu to come up so I can actually access. There we go. Community. Yeah. Just want to start a chat in the community. See this, no. Create a party. I gotta name the stupid party. Hmm. Probably can't do music. Nope. Okay, oh, that's right, one more thing. Forgot to change that. Okay, Savion. He's on 10. I'm still, I could probably play on 10. Let's see, I did the 40, so that's equivalent of 9. I think 40 is equivalent of 9, let me check. I could probably do 10, but I'd be pushing the risk of death. Especially if Diablo frickin' shows up again. Yeesh, that was fun. Yeah, 40's 9. It's the highest I've done, yeah. Leaderboard. Yeah, I did it in plenty of time. If I get that esoteric ranked up more and or get the elusive ring, I could probably push higher still. The whole point is to try and get, see, I've got the armor set from the Hadrix. Yeah, I just need a flippin' yang, Dead Man's Legacy, elusive ring, and eventually Nemesis, and a flavor time to equip. I'll need to craft the belt once I get a ring road grandeur. Let's just farm for the gear for a bit and then do some bounties on 7 or higher. that's right. Open Rift. Might get some randos joining in. Am I ready? Am I ready? Wait, am I ready? No, I'm not ready. Yeah, let's go and start. Yeah, I wish I could do Spotify and broadcast at the same time, but then again, I'm kind of tweaked to Spotify right now. For the darn Kaspersky ad over and over again. Oh, we got zombies. We got zombies. We got the last of. Oh! Yeah, these are tougher than the standard enemies, but well, you don't just sit there in the pool of miasma from the bloaters, you're fine. If I were just, well, at the point where I am, I can, yeah, if I was playing on higher difficulty, if I was actually doing T9, T10, wouldn't want to stand in that. Twisters. Oh, this is a map where I got 1,000. Got Diablo. Probably could have played the game before the season started. Ooh! Goblin Horde. Get back here. Yeah, get the rest of these suckers. I should just finish this up and go back. Where am I at? I'm almost 300. Yeah, if you actually get the Pandemonium bonus, the movement speed and damage dealt goes up. And every so often you get to a certain threshold, like 100, 200, 400. You get a temporary bonus that does more damage to the enemies, but if you get it all the way to 1,000, a pentagram appears on the ground and it summons Diablo, and not like D3 Diablo, like old school, kick you in your butt. First time it happened to me, they're playing a hardcore. I literally died. My second chance, my cheat death passive kicked in multiple times. I actually had to go back to town twice to let it cool off. Because he's like super tough, ridiculous amount of hit points. He's resistant to everything. I mean, at this point, if he showed up, I could probably handle him. But at that time, I didn't have my character buffed up as much. And one hit from any of his attacks. I basically had to avoid all the attacks. I had to stay out of range of the melee attacks and watch out for the ranged attacks and just vault out of the way. If he connected at all, even just barely on the periphery, on the very hairy edge, of his longest range attack, or if I got too close and he hit me, that was it. My second chance, my cheat death triggered. If I didn't have that, I would have been dead. And I had to either keep my distance or go back to town until my cheat death passive cooled off. Because if I'd taken another hit, I would have died, lost this character, and had to start back from scratch if I was doing it properly, or for my last backup. Which is still painful. You still lose progress from whenever you last backed up your save. So I still play hard, even though I back up my game periodically. The Cloud, I still play the game as if death and hardcore is permanent, and most seasons I do not die. I just take my time, work tiptoe up to the highest difficulty I can handle, do regular difficulty or greater rift level, push as high as I can. If I start proccing my second chance, my cheat death passive too often, I back off a little bit. Occasionally I've actually died and had to go back and lost progress for my last save, but just when we're usually trying to push for a low leaderboard, trying to level up my gems just a little bit more. But mostly I go for the efficiency route anyway, just Playing on the highest difficulty, I can fairly quickly and easily kill stuff, and there's minimal chance of dying. Chance! There's still a chance. I have triggered that passive, and I have died on hardcore in the past. But last 2 seasons I played on hardcore, just take it easy, take my time, and rarely if ever die. So, anyone watching for me to die, there's still a chance I could die, especially if I do something boneheaded. I get sleepy, I get lazy, or someone joins in and causes a huge lag spike, which is the other reason I back up. Sometimes you wind up dying, which it wasn't even your fault. A big lag spike happens, or your hard drive could crash. It wouldn't bother me so much if the lag caused everything to pause, including any damage the enemies trigger. But when the game allows the enemies to damage you, even while you're not able to do anything, you're not able to attack, you're not able to avoid the damage, I'm sorry, that's a cheap death. I could just play entirely on my own, but that gets boring after a while, even for me. Mr. Solitary. Mr. I enjoy Death Stranding because I'm all alone most of the time in the game. I'm not saying I'm antisocial, I'm just asocial. I don't hate society, I don't hate interacting with people, I just don't really care for it. Yes, I know I say that, and I have a chat party set up, and I'm broadcasting, and I play with other people all the time, and I talk with them. But honestly, these days I could spend the entire day not talking to another living person. You know, actually interacting, not putting myself out there like I am right now, with nobody else in the game with me, and I'm broadcasting to nobody. I swear, I almost don't want to put together a successful YouTube channel where I have people subscribing and watching, because then I'd have to play just so people will watch, and I'd have to actually be interesting and say interesting things, and I don't know that I have an angle, an honest angle, other than just I'm an old fart who's been playing games since the late 70s. I mean, I hear some people talk about, oh yeah, my first console was a Nintendo 64. It's like, yeah, my first console was an Atari 2600. I'm not talking used. My brothers took me to the arcade and I played Donkey Kong as my first game. This is back when Donkey Kong was still a new game. It was that or Star Castle or Space Invaders. I think Pac-Man was out, but I did play Pac-Man and Space Invaders and a number of other games at that time, but one that drew me was Donkey Kong because, hey, it was the first game that had an actual story. I mean, there's no dialogue. I mean, other than just the damsel in distress having a word balloon saying help. But the story was all told through the music and the action. Story told through gameplay. What a concept. Simple story, but a story. I mean, Space Invaders, it was just, you know, aliens, shoot them. Pac-Man, go around the map. I'm not denigrating these games. Games were fun. I enjoyed them, but, you know, what's your motivation in Pac-Man? Just, why do you hate the ghosts? Why are they chasing you? Why do you chase them when you get the power pellet? Where's the conflict? Where's the drama? Why am I the protagonist? Why do I care? I mean, yeah, it's a game and it's fun, and games don't have to have a story. Just saying, that's what drew me to Donkey Kong, is this early attempt at actually giving you a motivation, a narrative motivation to play. Yeah, it was a very misogynist. hindsight, a very misogynist. You know, you're a guy and here's a girl, and she's been captured by a gorilla, and you have to save the poor damsel who can't save herself. Don't even get me started on Super Mario Brothers. Wait, I just went all the way through this castle, and I have to speak to Toad, and Toad tells me that I have princess in another castle. Hey, welcome. Yeah, hardcore seasonal, just doing some T6 runs for gear farming, but I can also level you up if you need a character leveled up. Okay. What'd you have in mind? Sure, I got some stones. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we could try that. I probably won't be able to help out much, but... Right, yeah. Yeah, I've done a 40 just fine so far. I don't have my full build together yet. So you want to join me? Alright, okay. Yeah, I finally got I started a few days late, and I finally got myself to where I'm comfortable playing on Torment 6. And I figure, what the heck, I used to do it a lot in previous seasons. I'd start up a party based on whatever I was doing.
An ally has joined my party, but my foes gain strength.
Yeah, I used to have a group of people that I'd play with, normal and hardcore previous seasons, but a lot of them have moved on to other games, and they're just not playing anymore. So I do have a few people that still play. I still play hardcore with, but they're like in the UK or down in Australia, so they're not even on right now. I do play with them later in the day. Okay, yeah, I've got 18 stones. Sure. Yeah, I do it periodically. I back up to the cloud just to be safe. Uh, yeah, I will be careful with that because one trick I've found, there's a few things that are truly random in the game, and one of them is that first primal you get when you first do a 70 solo. Uh, Problem is you can't dashboard like you can with 3 forging. You actually have to back up your game, and then as soon as you finish that, the game auto saves. So you have to download it again. Well, yeah. Well, it's like a season added it to where the primals. Oh, cool. Yeah, where the primals show up as kind of 70 or again. Oh, on the mic. Let me check my mic level. It's a new headset. Yeah. Test. Yeah, I finished the first 4 chapters. Have my oh, there we go. That any better? Yeah, it was a little too high, so it was clipping. It's Torment 6. Yeah, I've done a 40, so I can do like 8 or 9, but I figured I'd just keep it on 6 for speed farming for gear. Because I did the Hadrian's Gift. I completed the first 4 chapters. I have the armor set. VI. Yeah, VI is 6. Yeah, so I have the armor, but I still need the 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 bow, the quiver, and I think the elusive ring. Yeah, I'd like to get nemesis bracers at some point. But I do have dawn. I just haven't thrown it in the cube yet. As a matter of fact, I got the Desperate. Yeah. Let me... Well, I mean, as long as you can carry me, I'll just sit at the entrance. No, I don't mind. Yeah.
That thing must die.
Enemies of the Nephilim surround you.
Yeah, I usually spend most of my time doing the highest level rift I can do in 5 minutes or less. Yeah, I'll pick up the orbs. Yeah, speaking of nearly dying, have you gotten to 1,000 on the pandemonium bonus? Yeah. Just be careful when you if you see yourself getting close to 1,000, make sure you're not playing on a white knuckle or my guard difficulty. Because first time I did it, uh, I kept getting the bonuses as I got to different thresholds, and I got to 1,000, and the thing on the post says the pentagram forms on the floor, and that summons frickin' Diablo. And I'm not talking D3 Diablo, who's kind of annoying, but a 3-stage boss fight. I'm talking old school, kick your butt frickin' Diablo. I died 4 times. I mean, not literally died. My passive trigger, now you had to go back to town or back off. He's resistant against everything. He has a ridiculous health pool. Any of his attacks, either a melee attack or the ranged attacks, will kill you in 1 hit if you're playing on a high enough difficulty. It was just insane. I saw the pentagram. The pentagram actually damaged me, and then Diablo pops up, and he literally looks like old school Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Diablo, and he's just ridiculously hard. It makes the regular bosses of the game, feel like cheap little puppets by comparison. So if you get to 1,000, be careful. He can kill you in 1 hit if you're not careful. Yeah, I can kill stuff. Yeah, I'm doing lots of damage with this build, but it's not as tough as I'd like it to be. I'm basically using esoteric alteration as a temporary crutch till I get the elusive ring for defense. Need a conduit. Just remember throwing my primary attack for my reps of clarity. I missed the yellow here. Just keep an eye on my health. Ouch. Heat grenades. You get there, I'll just go back. haven't gotten a regular one yet. I've picked up a. Yeah, I know what you mean. You might as well have at least one other person benefit from it. Yeah, a little bit squishy on 60, but I was actually working on killing that elite you missed on the previous floor when we finally got to 100%. I'd almost killed him, and then we got to 100. Ooh, I got a syrup plate. Ah. What did I upgrade? No, that's right. Yeah, I did my esoteric. Yeah, it's basically to get to like 99, you'd have to do a 108 to have a 100% chance. To have a 100%, a level 108, it's basically the highest level you can get. If you're trying to get a gem to say 70, you'd have to do at least a 79. You have to go at least 9 higher than what you're trying to get to. Yeah, if you're trying to get it, so 60, the highest you can get with a 100% chance would be a 51. And yeah, well, yeah, once you get to that point, say you're doing 60s, you get a gem to 51 with a 100% chance. Then going from 51 to 52 will be 90, and then 80, and then it drops to 60, and then it stays at 60 until you get to 61. If you're doing 60s, you can get a gem as high as 61 with 60% chance, and then it drops to 30, and then 15, and then it keeps going down until it gets down to 1%, and then eventually 0. I usually don't go much lower than a 30% chance unless I'm desperate to get something leveled up. Where's my dawn? I should just grabbed it. I don't really need it right now. I just want to add it while I'm thinking of it. Alright. Actually, plus better be more useful. Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's a more useful thing I can extract. Hey, welcome. You there? Yeah, somebody joined the party, Born Winky. Wait, did your health just go to 0? Okay. Okay. So you got 1 health point left. Now, if we can hear us, Born, we're just doing T6 riffs and other stuff. I was talking to the other guy if he's still in the chat. I don't hear him. You there, Born? Yeah, he's in the chat, but I don't hear him. If you're there, Born Winky, we're about to do an ancient puzzle ring, ancient vault. So join on in through the chat. Just go to my name and click join session. Yeah, there we go. Back to broadcasting. Yeah, we'll give him a minute. Oh, just wait another 30 seconds. So I gotta spend blood shards anyway.
That is too expensive.
Kept forgetting to do that. Yeah, you have a chance. If we get a blood thief in there. I'm just spending mine. Yeah, I spending mine in rings. I'm trying to get the elusive ring, and oh, that's what I could do real quick. I just remembered I got an ancient convention elements I can take a hot second to reroll. Nice. Well, that's the other reason I spend a lot of blood shards on puzzle rings when I can. I mean, on rings when I can. Usually I'm trying to get better versions of my rings anyway, but also just yeah, probably just accept the vitality. I'm trying to get crit damage on this COE ring. Yeah. Yeah, I usually dashboard when I do that. It's up to you. You got one? Cool. Yeah, that's why I do. I save up the normal puzzle rings, and then I'll try each of them, and if I can get it in one or two tries, I'll keep it. If it doesn't work, then I just dashboard and try another ring. Basically. Okay, so now I'm 16. 1, 2, 3. I got 3 ancients now. Oh. Say again.
I cannot afford that.
Yeah, I don't have any, but I was just saying, yeah, that, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I was just saying what I do is I hold on to the ones that aren't ancient, and then I, use dashboarding to try and upgrade them. So that way, um, well, I said, yeah, well, I'll use them, but yeah, if there's nobody else, I'll hold on to them. But the whole thing is I'm only keeping the rings that actually upgrade in 1 or 2 tries. And that way, I'm not wasting materials on the ones that don't work. Okay. Get the gold piles. Yep. Now I can break plenty of stuff. On my frickin' grenades. Yeah, I got lucky and I got the grenade belt early on. I was actually had it equipped for a while until I'd out leveled it, and then I put it in the cube. Oh no, no. Just gotta pick everything up. I gotta go back. I'm full. Yeah, it's my usual. That's what I usually do on this. Is yeah, go through, kill everything, and then everybody takes time picking everything up, and then once everybody's got everything, then we do the boss. Oh, I got plans. Oh, that's right, I don't have the Templar. That's why my life per second went down. Just trying to figure out why my recovery numbers went down. It's because I'm not getting the, I still have some life per second. Yep. He's still in the chat. Is he just joined the chat to listen in, or his microphone's not working, or? Chris, yeah, it's funny because previous seasons I've done this, and it's like most of the people join like, oh yeah, you're playing, normal, you're playing hardcore, great, yeah, I'll join in, and even when it was only 8 people, so I'd have people in the chat being like, you got a spot in the game yet? But then occasionally I'd have some 10-year-old kid saying, hey, you guys want to play Fortnite? It's like, no, that's why I bothered to label the chat Diablo 3 Seasonal. If I wanted to play Fortnite, I'd label it that. It's like, I know you're excited about Fortnite, kid, and I'm not. Yeah, I made it in a Diablo community. I mean, I'm allowing for the fact that maybe they came across it just searching through random chats and weren't actually searching in the community to find it. But it's like, yeah, I posted the chat in the Diablo community and I labeled it Diablo 3 Seasonal Play or whatever. But I very specifically take the time to label it instead of just using my name as the default. It's like, yeah, I'm not disparaging Fortnite, kid. You want to play Fortnite, more power to you, but stop jumping into my chat and asking if we want to play Fortnite. Yeah, next time that happens, some 10-year-old kid jumps in the chat and starts pestering me, I'll start asking him if he wants to play games. Hey, you want to play Death Stranding? Oh yeah, I could go with the obvious. Say, you want to play Diablo? Because that's what this is all about. You want to play GTA 5? Let me check. No, it's still in the chat. You still there, Born? Well, he was never in the game. Technically. He's still in the chat. Oh. Okay, I thought you were backing up or something. I thought you left on purpose. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me send you an FR real quick. There you go.
Anything could happen.
Oh, Compass Rose. I wish I needed it. And a wink and left. Well, if you're gonna, sometimes people join the chat and they just don't talk much. I'm not the most social person in the world, believe me. But to join a chat and not even, sorry, 1 second. I'm just adding into my D3 list. Diablo 3. Yeah, I've just got a custom list of people that I play Diablo 3 with. What? Check the what? Oh, what level you're at? Well, are you talking about for completing the season journey or the seasonal bonus? Oh, the pet. Well, the pandemonium thing is just for the kill streaks. You get different effects at different levels, and you'll have an icon above your health bar that the number will increment up as long as you keep killing or damaging things. I mean, at least it'll keep going as long as you keep attacking, and the number will go up. But if you're talking about the season journey and the bonuses, you can check it via the main menu, or you can use D-pad left to pull up the season journey. Once you complete the first 4, you get the first portrait frame and the pet, and then when you get all the way to the end, you get another pet, treasury goblin, and another portrait frame, in addition to the guardian portrait frame. It's like I'm all done with chapter 4, and I'm halfway done with Slayer. It's like, someone replied to my post.
An ally has joined my party, but my foes gain strength.
Yeah, you get the rest. But you might get them from if we come across Odious goblins, the green ones. They'll drop them or just do bounties. Yeah, I did some bounties on. Yeah, yeah. We'll do whatever you want. I'm fine with doing rifts and greater rifts right now. Yeah, I know personally. I will try and wait. I did my first set just to complete the bounties for chapter 3. Once I was able to play on Torment 1. But I usually don't spend too much time doing bounties until I'm playing on at least T7, preferably T10 or higher, just so I get more stuff out of the bounty caches. Yeah, what do we even have this time? Yeah, yeah. If we're gonna do bounties, might as well kick it up to 7. Like you said. Okay. Well, yeah. GRs when you